G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button as you come on in. I got two guests on the line with me, two special guests. One of them, you hear him all the time. He's with me all the time. Manager extraordinaire, Mike Patterson. What's going on?
What's going on, G5? Thank you for having me once again. I really, really do appreciate it.
No problem, bro. No problem. Second guest, I'm going to get the intro correct. One of the best trainers in the Midwest. Trainer for the Iowa national team. Has a fight coming up July 18th versus Stephen Edwards. That's going to be on the Michael Nunn, Pat Miletich undercard. The government is Fred Thomas, but we call him Coach Fred over here. Coach Fred, what's going on, bro?
What's up, G5? Thanks for having me, man.
No problem. No problem at all. You have a fight coming up July 18th against Stephen Edwards. And are you the co-feature? Because I know you won the poster. You the co-feature?
Yeah, it's the co-main event, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably should be the main event, but it's the co-main event.
Yeah, right about that.
Listen, if it's supposed to be the main event, then that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, as far as this fight, how big of a fight is this for you personally?
You know what? I'll go ahead and say it. Even though this guy, and I'm going to just jump into it like you said, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going to pull no punches on this. Even though this guy is just, to me, garbage, it's got to be my biggest fight, period. And for a few different reasons. Number one reason is enough people from here, from Davenport, that knows, it's just different. Fred don't fight the same way at home that he fight out of town. It's two different things, two different reasons of fight. They didn't even have to pay me for this fight. This is the lowest money I've ever made in boxing, you know what I'm saying? So, the biggest thing is fighting in front of people I know. So it's just going to be a different type of a fight, whatever. I'm definitely not going to take a knee for sure.
So, Coach Fred, you saying you would take this fight for nothing right now? Is that what you're saying? You just want to fight him that bad?
Yeah, man. It's not even about the money because, we got into it. I'm going to give you a quick little of why it's such a beef. So he was at our gym before. He was training in our gym, and he turned pro and started getting a few little MMA guys that never boxed before. So he started building his record, and which is the right thing to do. You start building stuff, but then you gradually supposed to grab somebody with a little bit more talent, a little bit more at a time, whatever. Not too much, something that you'll win, but you still start learning and you're getting better as you go. So he wasn't doing that. He just said he's fighting, people in the older than 35, more losses than wins. He just never changed. And then he did the worst thing he can do. He won a fight one night, down at the River Center at 154. He's walking around on his Instagram, Snap or whatever, saying he's the best fighter in Davenport at 154. And I was at work during that time, and I saw the video, and I inboxed him, hey, slow down, because I'm 154. And as far as I know, Fred Thomas ain't never lost in Davenport. Forget all the rest of what the records say. I ain't never lost here. You know what I'm saying? So then that's when we got all into it and got all personal after that point. But he never would sign the contract. He wouldn't sign it. He wouldn't sign, and then it got old to the point where we left it alone up until now time.
How do you feel about him just as a fighter, just overall?
Before we get to the negative, because it's more negative than positive, but on the positive side, because you can only hate somebody so much or talk about something so much, and then you'll sound like he's just wrong about it. So on the positive side, his style is helping him win fights. People hate his style, but if I was his coach or trainer or whatever, I would keep it just a little bit, because it's enough that if you go look on Steve's record, bums or not, he still has beat everybody who he's won to. It was a unanimous decision, which means he's won every round against everybody he fought. And some of those guys, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, at a point in time, they were decent. You would think they could at least steal a round or something, maybe the first round or something. Steve is coming from 200-something pounds, and his work ethic, you know what I'm saying, obviously, you know, got him to the point where he was able to, you know, make 154. So as a coach and a trainer, I gotta give him respect for that. You know what I'm saying? He did the work somewhere down the line. He's done the work. So on that part of it, I you know, hey, when it comes down to it, you know, if you do the work, then you got to get the credit for doing the work. So I give him that.
Let's get to the negatives. Let's get down to the meat and potatoes.
All right. So the number one thing, you know what I'm saying, he lost his way when, you know, once the lights start shining bright, then he got big headed. He got a little extra big headed, you know. When, like I said before, you know, everybody just stay humble. In the boxing game, we all know if we pull up any of the top 10, everybody but Lomachenko. Don't put him in this because I'll tell you he's different. But so everybody in boxing, they start off, they get the bums, they get the not so competitive. They get the first 5, 6, 7 fights. They ease you in the fight. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. You know, with Steve. So okay, you know, you get a few of these guys. You know, his first two fights was against, I think, Jason Lau, who's never boxed before, MMA guy. He got a draw, and then he wanted to fight him again because he thought he shouldn't have got a draw. Then he gets the win. Then his next fight is against another guy from MMA. Then the next fight is a guy who's, I think, over 35. And everybody just, and it just, you know, it got to the point where it was like, okay, when you gonna pick it up or not? You know what I'm saying? And it just kept going backwards. And to be honest, I'll keep on going, but to be honest, he's still going backwards. I mean, you're 33 years old. I mean, it's almost, I mean, because obviously this is hometown, there's a lot of beef going and stuff, and then there's people who know me know me to be a powerful fighter and stuff, all this, whatever. But still, if we just pull off numbers and stuff, whatever, it just ain't even close to that. It doesn't even make sense. But it has to happen because the way he is, you know what I'm saying, with the just being cocky and being ridiculous or whatever, and, you know, the people are like, you know what, Fred's right. You know what I'm saying? If you can't just keep on going backwards, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he just got offered $10,000 to fight somebody in Jamaica, and he turned it down for $400 to fight me. I don't get it.
Wow.
You know, I don't get it. And that's a fact, you know what I'm saying? $10,000 fight that he probably would lose, but still $10,000, you know what I'm saying, to $400, and you still probably will lose. I mean, a lot of these you lose make it $10,000. Yeah, you know,
right.
That's why we love you, Coach Fred. That's why we love you right there.